Despite my best efforts, my network here is still struggling financially. No matter what I try, I just can't quite seem to make the money go back into the black. Despite everything though, I'm not throwing in the towel just yet. I've got a few more tricks up my sleeve. The first of which involves this guy. Hey everyone, it's M4J here, and welcome back to From Steam to Electricity here on Transport Fever 2. It's been, I want to say, over a month since I last said those words. So you'll have to bear with me as I bring myself back up to speed. First of all, let's turn all those back on. Where are you going? Oh, you're using the bypass line, aren't you? Yeah, you're a toaster to Middlewich train. That might explain why when I checked the frequency just now it looks so bad. That makes a lot of sense actually. These trains are starting to earn their keep, I would say. There's still a lot of work need doing, but we're getting there. There was something, did I see this before? Yeah, I've been moaning before about you can't see the capacity of trains. You can, it's here. Yeah. You can also see what cargo type it can carry too. So I've been moaning for the wrong reasons there. Figured that out myself when I was looking up something else. So that's one thing. Second thing, forgotten what that was now. That's good, isn't it? Let's just get on with the episode and it'll probably come back to me. So, as I said in the intro, we're still losing money. Ignore this number down here. I've been running it on the easier difficulty again to just generate funds. We will eventually stop having to do that, which will be awesome. I'm just going to check here what this looks like when this train here arrives. Any second now. Just want to see how much money this one actually makes. Please go profit. No, but you're close. And I think when you fill up to come back up the hill, maybe you'll start earning. Yeah, it's not terrible. It's not great. It's not terrible. What is the load over here? I looked at it just now and didn't really take it in. So yeah, quite a lot of steel and silver heading towards the goods factories. Some construction materials. You're supposed to be heading up the hill, right? To Shep's Head. Yeah. Why did you not get loaded? Interesting. Because this isn't full. These wagons here. Very weird. The lumber train will do its thing in a bit, and then yeah, we've got other stuff happening too. I'm actually intrigued as to why this. I guess maybe it just hasn't loaded up yet. What am I doing? Wrong thing. Yeah, we got wood going everywhere, so it will get loaded eventually. We need to do this quicker, and I've got ideas for that as well. It involves using little trains to do the bulk of it, although. Yeah, that's going to be a pain in the arse with this, isn't it? Although you're full. You're waiting. So, if anything, we need another lumber train. Bring that number down. There we go, 14 minutes. Where are you coming from, though? Okay, yeah, that's not terrible. Sorry, I've completely distracted myself. The point of today's video, I chose one of these trucks here. I don't know which one it was. It was one of the goods trucks. In fact, it was the goods truck, if I'm not mistaken. This fella. You, sir, are the inspiration for today's episode. You've got a very slow lady in front of you. Esme. Get out the way, Esme. We've got important things to do today. One of which is completely changing the way trucks operate on the network here. Did I just see an industry that was in the midst of closing down then? Or did I just... I think I was seeing things. I think I caught some red off this. Yeah, words. English. Human. What was I saying? Oh yeah, trucks. So, let's use Stowmarket as an example. Stowmarket has quite a lot of buildings. And therefore has quite a high demand for different things. In fact, it's got demand for machines, tools, food, and fuel. As you can see, we have stops dotted around the city. There's one here, there's one over here, and there used to be a third one, but I think I took it out. Then we've got the collector stops, which are this one here and this one here. So the train comes in, drops off, that then gets brought over to these two, whichever one it might be. I think it's mainly this one here now, in fact. And then it's loaded onto the various vehicles and transported to the various places. What's good about this is with the truck here, we are able to get as much into where it needs to be as possible. What's bad about this is if I hover over this, you can see, in fact, this is probably not the best example, but you see in some cases not every building is served. And then if I click this, you'll see that demand, out of the 137 tools that we need here, we've only got, well, it says plus 10%, which is helping with the growth, but we haven't even got 10% of the required tools. So, in fact, we have no food. Why do we not have food? We do have food, it's just very slow. But that highlights something to me, which is the buildings that need the stuff aren't getting the stuff in most of these locations. Again, this stop is fairly centrally located, so it's not as bad, but it's still pretty bad. Some other examples would be, I mean, wow. Every time I look at this, I'm overwhelmed by how much stuff is here. I don't actually know how this has been allowed to happen still. But our lumber trains... Oh boy. You a lumber train? No, you're just a flat wagon train. But you are making money, so that's kind of cool. Are we making money overall? No. And guess what's losing the money for us? The issue that we've got is we have these big trains carrying lots of stuff. But actually, Leatherhead. Leatherhead is a very good example. Let's use Leatherhead as the good example. We have machines and we have food that needs to be brought here. But we only have one truck stop, which at the moment does appear to cover most of the town again. But let's say we wanted to bring mail into this scenario as well. We actually can't because of the way this is set up. Although again, it covers most of it. The point I'm trying to make is we're not getting good coverage. And therefore, where's another good example? Holt Whistle? We only have one truck stop in Holt Whistle? Yeah. There you go. Look, we have buildings that aren't covered. Not so much over this side of things, because I do tend to put these carefully. But over here, the residential buildings here, there's not a lot going on. And not that we have the mail running right now, but were we... Are you still doing... Oh, you're still doing mail. Okay, that's bad. That's very bad. Coverage. We want to try and get more trucks serving more of these towns. That's the idea. Because right now I just dot one of these things down somewhere and hope for the best. And that's not good at all. And in fact, Knutsford is a good example of that as well. Here we have trucks here that pick up. Let's go to St. John's Road, which is, yeah, it literally drops off. And there's no waste being brought back. Right now, these buildings don't always produce waste, but it would be good to have the option to in the future, because then that's something else that can be loaded onto a train. So, how are we going to fix this? First of all, we're going to pause the game. Time is progressing, by the way, so we should get new vehicles and stuff in time. I'm really hoping we get electrified stuff soon, because that would be really cool. We need a test subject. Scarborough could be a good test subject for this. It's where lots of lines converge as well. So, yeah, should be a good one. What I want to do is create a loop in each town. So Scarborough, I've built all of this, which I think it is going to grow. It's just not very obvious as to how it's going to grow. And again, you can see we don't have enough machines, we don't have enough tools. Considering we have a tool factory and a machine factory in this very town, I do find that quite laughable. Why aren't we getting enough stuff up here? Is it just a frequency thing? What carries... Wait, you need planks, so it's the lumber train I needed. Scarborough to Paynton, let's say. 18 minutes. Yeah, no, you should have more than enough coming in there. And then this side, I mean, if you don't have stuff coming in, what is going on? Yeah, via Scarborough, we've got 2,960 something planks waiting to come up the line here. Where is train? They're 14 minutes apart. I think I'm just distracting myself now with this. Right, you're about to go into Holt Oh, you're heading down towards Holt Whistle. I think we just need more trains. As crazy as that sounds. Do you stop here? No, you go straight through. Yeah, I genuinely think we need more trains. Or we need higher capacity trains still, which, I mean, over here, platform capacity was becoming a bit of an issue, but it seems to be getting resolved. There's also the fact that the train is somewhat full, as it's already starting to do its thing here. I'm wondering, because we do have crossovers here, don't we? Yes, we do. I'm wondering if it's worth having a dedicated line just shuttling back and forth here for planks. That's not the worst idea I've ever had. And we can make it somewhat shorter so that it could fit in these small platforms. And doesn't necessarily have to take the big ones. Although again, capacity doesn't appear to be that much of an issue here right now. Let's look into that, shall we? Let's do this, and then we'll do this, and we will colour you the lumber colour. Technically, you are still a lumber train, which is L. I've got LO as well. I think that's just for logs. LU is LU, and Cockerhead to Scarborough. Okay. So yeah, here, I mean, we could try and do a twofer, I suppose. Which one's platform 1 in all of this? Yeah, no, I want you on that side of things. There we are. So here you are loading up on just planks. And then at Scarborough, I'll look at that in just a second. For now, at least, you are just unloading planks. Now, what is a good platform to use here? I think we are going to go with the big ones still, which are 1, 3, and 5. There we go. Set that up, and then we need to grab a train, which I guess I can do from here. Again, we don't need it. We're not reinventing the wheel here. We could go with something like an Armstrong. We're not trying to break the bank or anything. And then down here, I want planks. And yeah, we can just go with these. $14, $15, $16, $17, $18, $19, $20. Let's try this. And then one more thing. I want it to run push-pull. First of all, let's see if anything is transferred over. No. I'm hoping it does. I'm really hoping it does. This number here is going up. I think it's mainly because right now nothing new is being generated. There we go. Straight away. Plank, plank, plank. So we're not trying to completely eradicate this line, because this line is still very useful. But I think in terms of frequency, it just wasn't good enough. So now every 7 minutes we have planks being brought up here, and both of these, in fact, you're inundated with planks, you need more steel, but this one has no planks at all. Which makes me wonder, is this an issue? Nope, we've got plenty of capacity. What are you? MI Scarborough 1. Oh, I did say at one point that I was going to move this truck stop as well. So let's do that quickly while I remember. Wrong way. So let's make it a little bit longer. And we'll plonk it down there. And then we'll grab a street and connect it like so. And then we will reroute this line Apparently you go everywhere. Oh, are you the one that delivers planks? Yeah, you pick up from... Okay. That kind of makes more sense. So Scarborough East. I'll just check what it's doing. Unloading planks, loading tools. I could probably work that out myself, really, couldn't I? Unloading planks, loading tools, and we'll remove Scarborough East from the equation. There we go. So now this stop here, I believe I can just snip. But yeah, to go back to my plan, I want to try and do this well. So right now, this isn't feasible. Having this back and forth. Do we even have... Yeah, we've got 2 lines coming through here. Now, what I want to do is going to involve removing buildings. Because I want to build stops. Like one here, which basically covers everything anyway. And then another one up here. Now, I want to try and do it to cause the least damage possible. But the first one has to go here, in my opinion. Although, just to check, if I do the... Yeah, some of those buildings are already being served. But we are going to put that one there. And then for the tools one, I think the tools one can actually go up here. Maybe if I snap it in here. Like so. Excellent. Then, what we're going to do is we're going to take this machines line, which actually just picks up from here. I think I might scrap that entirely. So are there any other lines that come through here? Yeah, this one. So you're the tool one. Or you pick up tools from here. Do you pick up anything from this one? Like machines, for example. No, you don't. So it's the steel one that does that. That's fine. So that was, I guess, this one. Yeah. Okay, so this tool line now, or this machines line, sorry, we're going to change it entirely. So you're actually now going to start here. You're going to drop off there, you're going to drop off there, and then when you come back, you're also going to stop there. Which sounds stupid right now, but trust me. What we're going to do is say here you are loading tools, machines, and you are unloading waste. At this one, you are just unloading machines. At this one, you are unloading machines, and you are loading waste. And then at this one, you are loading waste. And that's our strategy now, moving forward. We're going to drop off in multiple locations, and each time we drop off, we're going to make sure that we're picking something else up. So in this case, it's going to be waste. We do then need to make sure that the train that goes down the hill to, I guess, Paynton. Yeah. At Scarborough here. Actually, no, it's not that one. It's the hopper train, isn't it? Do we have a hopper train that comes from here? I don't think we do. Okay, so that's something else we'll need to consider. But up here at Scarborough, yeah, you can't carry waste right now. That's less important in this grand scheme of things, I would say. This tool line, we're going to do the same thing. So after the crescent, I'll do these first, and then we'll come back and do the rest. So here you are going to unload tools. Oh, I forgot to do... Whoops. There. We'll remove the crescent now, because that's going to confuse me. So up here, we're going to unload tools, and we're going to load waste. And then here, we are going to load waste. And then over here, we're going to pick up tools, and we're going to unload waste. That's our new strategy, as I've already said. So now I can remove that stop there. Now this might not change much, let's be honest. It's not like we're suddenly going to see a massive, major influx of things. But it's making sure now that every building in this side of town is covered. We're going to do something similar for mail. We need to find somewhere to put the mail. I think here kind of covers everything. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to set that up yet, but it's there. And I know we've just destroyed a lot of houses, most of which were actually producing mail. But it's there. It's ready to go. I don't think we have mail. Oh, we do have mail. Oh, no, you're on the machines. Yeah, no, you're machines. Never mind. We will get mail at some point from here. We'll do a possibly Stafford through Cockerhead for sure. Then Scarborough, Stowmarket, Uckfield, and then down to Toaster, and it will come down here and terminate. Yeah, I like that idea. From the south, we also need one that comes up. And I think that we'll have to use a turn back of some kind. Maybe it'll stop here and then reverse. I don't know. I could just have it run into the mail platform here. Not the worst idea. Yeah. We'll see about that too. So, has this actually had any effect whatsoever? The answer is probably not, in all honesty. But we should see a change of some kind. Like if I look at this now, I feel like that's gone up. Let's check this as well. Yeah, we have tools where, and actually we've got tools coming up the hill now as well. So as long as this train isn't stupidly slow, which I'm already thinking it is, it's struggling to get up to speed, but it is just climbing up and over this line right now. So in a second, when it reaches the top here, that will start to speed up. It's just a very heavy train. There you go. 19, 20, 21, and so forth. So we're starting to get more planks coming up here. Now, the thing is, I want these planks here to only go to Scarborough. I don't want them to necessarily be unloaded and go elsewhere, but easier said than done that. The main thing is it's working. The other option, of course, is to have a line, because yeah, it's tools you're missing. So I could have actually just had this branch off and run directly, and then maybe had a truck from here bring the planks down here. Although again, planks aren't the problem here. The problem here is steel. We have two locations that are providing steel. Are you providing steel for it? Yeah, just very slowly. Maybe that's our other problem as well, as we're spread too thinly. Who knows? Right. I'm going to say the Scarborough experiment is going to work. Sure. We'll go out on a limb and say that this will work. The next thing then is... what town do we do next? We could do Cockermouth. Because again, we've just got drop-offs over here at the moment. The other issue is we need to get the waste down to Toaster. How do we do that? So is the money leveling out now, or is it just me? Now that's still a big loss. Although that was investments. So we actually almost broke even there. And here we would have made a profit. So that's interesting. Although rail is still losing us a ton. Yeah, is it just the running costs? It's the maintenance. What condition are you in? Very good. Oh, you're the new one though, that's why. Oh, let's actually have a look and see how much money this makes us as it comes in. It's nowhere near full. So it's probably not going to make a profit at all. But we'll see anyway. You never know. Grinds to a halt. And... yeah, only less than 300,000. You, on the other hand, I mean, you're 4.2 million up. You're up as well. So yeah, you're loading. You are loading. There's a lot of stuff waiting here. Yeah. There's actually a lot of stuff waiting to head down the hill. I think some of it is a missed opportunity still. I was talking last episode, I believe, about running dedicated trains for various goods. So I think that will have to be a thing at some point. Still. Yeah, look, there's stuff waiting. Definitely stuff waiting. There's tools waiting to go into town. There's no machines right now, but that will change. over here. And there are, or there is a lot of steel waiting to be transported as well. So I think it's just time in that respect, which is fine. And yeah, maybe it is working. The main thing is to get these numbers up now. I think before I start expanding the network anymore, we should look at getting these numbers up a lot higher. I think that's only right. Okay, let me just move my microphone a second because I feel like I'm really straining my neck. Let's say this experiment works. Let's use Leatherhead as the next example. We'll try and get the towns that I consider to be underserved right now. So this one here, and we don't even have to remove any buildings to get this one in. There you go. And then technically the other one would be over here. Just checking if I was to place one here. Yeah, some of the machines are covered by that. Could put the other one up here. Just checking again. We don't have coverage of these buildings. So maybe the other one would go over here. I think there. And then for the mail, tempted to remove that one. But I think over here would actually be a better shout. Maybe even just here. Connect it into this. But then these ones aren't covered, although they're covered by that one. So, yeah. But then saying that, what does this cover? That covers all the way up to there. Yeah, no, we do need one here. Alright, mine made up. Let's do it. Cool. So now here, we'll grab the food truck. Do we do both with the food truck? I don't think we need to. No. And there's no food. There's food that gets turned into mail, but there's no food that gets turned into waste from what I can see. So this one is actually going to be food in one direction and mail in the other by the looks of it. So let's do that. Although, no, that's dumb. We're not going to do that. We're just going to unload the food. Like so. Now the other problem, of course, which is something desperately needing to be factored in here, is we've just broken the chain, essentially. Anything that was being brought to West Street, food-wise, is now not. So we do have to factor that in when we're looking at this. Just looking again. Yeah, no, machines needs to go to both, for sure. So yeah, hopefully I don't mess things up too much with that. But this should be a big help. Let's remove that one. Right, so you are unload... Oh, done it again. Yeah, you need to do that. So you are unloading machines. You are unloading machines. Unloading waste. And then you are just loading waste. And then over here, you are loading machines and unloading waste. Alrighty. And this stop can now be removed. There we are. No more West Street. And then these lines. Well, I feel like you need an upgrade. So we could go with the truck. It's not a bad idea. And then you, truck. Okay. Now, Cockermouth. Again, I feel like it's going to be very similar. This one's going to be slightly trickier, though, because of the... Well, there's a few facts here. First of all, we've got goods, construction materials, machines, and tools getting brought through here. Second of all, we have a tram line to contend with as well, which also badly needs rebuilding. Yeah. Yeah, the whole thing here needs redoing, I'd say. Where are people going to and from here? Are they really reaching that? Huh. Maybe they're just... No, there's only one line here. So it's not like they're switching lines. And we're not reaching this. Or this. We were. I don't know. I think what I do want to do, though, is this bus stop, I want to move over here somewhere. And have it as just part of the loop. And then we'll have a tram line that runs right the way through here. And terminate over here at the sawmill. And that'll be one long line all the way through Cockermouth. Probably out to this farm here. And then I think we might just do a west to east one that serves this. And then maybe some splinter branches that serve these two. Because people go to work in this game, as it turns out. Again, I can't remember if it's a mod or not. It probably is a mod, knowing me. Now I've said that out loud. But yeah, people go to work on these things. So we should probably find a way to make that function. Cockermouth. Yeah, this is going to be a tricksy one. For sure. First of all, I think we're going to need 2 platforms on all of these, because I feel like we're going to have a lot of road vehicles coming through here. One there looks good. Things are constantly upgrading in here as well, which is nice. But yeah, look, we have no tools and no machines being brought here at all. In fact, do we... That might be because this is new. We have construction materials there. And we have goods there. Yeah, that's why. Because that's only just started being a thing. In fact, one of those tool buildings has just disappeared. So that's the other thing we've got to look out for with this. We don't overcommit and start running vehicles when the demand is no longer there. But I think in this instance, one here. And that covers all of the goods. I want to say one around here. But that's a lot of buildings that need removing for that. Maybe one here instead. So that one there covers everything up to this sort of diamond crossing here. But only on this side of the road. So I feel like we do need one this side still. Maybe... Oh man, it's going to be expensive no matter what I do, isn't it? But I feel like one over here would be good. Like so. And then maybe one in the middle. Directly opposite the bus stop there could be a good one. I kind of like that idea. Again, there's a lot of buildings getting destroyed there, which I'm not fond of. But, yeah, then we have a 1, 2, 3 hop. And that covers pretty much all of the town. Because that's served the southeast corner. This serves most of the centre. And then this one up here covers the west. And then for the mail side of things, we can have an additional one. This only needs a 1. Somewhere in this area. Maybe here. That does cover a fair amount. Yeah. Let's look into that as an option. So, way over here. Construction materials, Cockermouth. Yeah, it's quite a long route. Let's just double check this. So this one here. Yeah, you do serve. Okay. You're going to get upgraded vehicles as well in a second because it's ridiculous. So you're going to go there, 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 and there. Okay. Just go to whatever's available. Like so. So here you are picking up construction materials, dropping off waste. Over here you are dropping off construction materials. Here you are dropping off construction materials. Here you are dropping off construction materials, picking up waste. Here you are picking up waste. And here you are picking up waste. Now, you'll already see the damage is done. We've got no construction materials now. And we also have no tools and no machines anymore. Which is interesting, but we do still have a supply. So, are there any construction materials over here still? No, they have all been removed, which probably not my finest moment. But never mind. Oh, and one more thing for you is you need upgrade. We could go with traction engines for this. You carry construction materials and you carry waste. Yeah. Don't mind that. And then for this one, let's just check. Goods are only needed here and here. So we won't need to come all the way down here. So that's cool. So there and there. And then obviously back here. Are you going through the bust? Oh, of course you are. Waypoints is probably the solution to that. Or just not having a bus stop. That's probably not a bad idea either. So here you are unloading goods. This one you are unloading waste. And then this one you are loading waste, unloading goods. And then this one you are just loading waste. Excellent. Again, just check. Yep, we've still got goods coming. We have lots of construction materials coming. And I think that number has actually increased because we now have a better coverage. Which is good news. Yeah, there's a lot of mail around here still. I'm just looking to see. There's nothing that turns... Oh, yeah, no, here. Mail. Okay, so the mail route's going to be slightly... almost like a loop, I guess. But there's nothing down here, right, that works with mail. No. So I think for this, we would stop there, there, and there. And then maybe there we reverse direction. Or we do it the other way around. Possibly the other way around, because this one's nearer the freight terminal. Yeah. Not the worst idea. Oh, and the other thing. Did I do it? I might have already done this. Get out of the way. Did I upgrade these? No, I didn't. But I say, if we just bought a new vehicle for this line already, that's good. There we go. Cool. So we've got no goods here waiting now, and we have no construction materials. But soon, we will. And that's awesome. And again, I'm just keeping an eye on the money, and I'm also keeping an eye on this. So those numbers there have definitely increased. How are we looking over here? Lots of food. Some machines. Yeah. Okay. Stafford. Yeah, again, Stafford. We kind of just bring everything to these two places here. Oh, there's one over there as well. Does this do a loop? Yeah, this does a loop. And then this is the food and fuel, apparently. I guess Stafford used to accept fuel as well. Cool. So I think that's us being penalised as well there, you know. The fact that we've lost the ability to process fuel here now. Well, that looks like a stop. It needs to be built there. It just has to be, right? It's the law. And then over here, maybe there? And then that's a large portion of the town covered again. Question is, I don't actually know if this is serving over here. These ones definitely are. So maybe we'll build one at the end of this road here as well. And then I feel like one does need to go there. Like so. This one, I'm tempted to make a 2. Like that. Which again, lots of buildings being removed, but hopefully this is worth it. Over here then, the food. So what we're going to do is from Kingsway, we're going to go here, here and here. And then, oops. Here you are unloading waste. And then at Upper Stafford, you are unloading food. Lower Stafford, you are unloading food, loading waste. I don't think we actually have waste from these buildings, but still. And then we'll remove that. So Kingsway, which was... where is it there? Fuel's getting delivered here still. I don't know what we're going to do with the fuel line. I think right now we'll take this vehicle and we'll put it on the food line. And then if we just remove that stop for now. And then remove that. It's probably the best way to handle that right now. Just check Stafford still getting supplied with food. Yep, excellent. And then over here to the construction materials. What was CB? Oh, coffee berries, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, this line. So you're going to kind of do the opposite. Let's just remove these. Alright, so here you're going to be unloading waste, and then you're going to be going... I was going to go here, then here, but it actually makes sense to do it this way. Like so. Over here, you're going to be doing this. Right. Unload construction materials. Unload construction materials. Load waste. Load waste. Nice. If I check this now, yeah, again, I feel like that number is going up. Demand is increasing. And then that should help here, which should help the population, which should then help generate more passengers. And therefore, the passenger trains start to profit a little bit more as well. And that's the point of this, is to get more profit to the... I hadn't even realised that had gone. To get more profit to everything, pretty much. The coffee berry line, I'm just going to remove it. We don't need it anymore. Literally don't need it anymore. The farm's disappeared. Anything else? I'm looking to see like what other industries and things we can have. It's like there's fish here. Where does fish go? Nowhere near where we are. Interesting. This line here, we could bring more coffee berries down here because you are struggling right now with that. Yeah. Do we have coffee berries? Coffee beans waiting? No. So we do actually need more coffee. So that's a possibility there. There's also a whole thing here now that doesn't... This is just infrastructure costs now that we're incurring for stops that are not even being used. Again, I feel like a train would be a good solution for this, but it's just a case of where. I also think I've just discovered what I'm going to do with my hopper train. Here and here, if we bring coal and iron ore around the top here to Stowmarket and then pick up waste at all of these stations on the way back. There's also this here, so we could drop off some of it here and then steel could get brought back and then that could be loaded on the flat wagon train. Oh, Mark, you are somewhat intelligent sometimes. Let's get these connected up then. I think we've got enough time left in this episode. 44 minutes. Oh, God. You watch now as I go way over time. I'll try. Let's put this here. Be interesting to see these roads actually being used as well, because up till now, they haven't really. Is there a way for you to access this without crossing... I mean, there's a bridge here, and then, yeah, if you come down this way... I might have to use waypoints to make it work, but it is feasible. Let's go with, for this, one of these. I could build it this side, maybe. Like here. and then build this one here. Now I'm tempted to do this all with one line. Kind of like what I've done over at what's it called? Loddon. With this, where it picks up coal first, then it picks up iron ore, and then it runs down here. Because we're getting a nice steady-ish flow. 8 each time. So that should be a 1-to-1 ratio if all's well. I'm tempted to do that. So let's do that. To that. To this. And it's actually already taking the right route, which is excellent. So here, you are loading up... what are you loading up with? Iron ore first, isn't it? Yeah. Iron ore, only to 50%. Then the second one, coal, only to 50%. And then over here, unload both of those. Now, could we, in theory... bring anything back with us? I mean, we could do logs to planks, but then how do the planks get back down? Yeah, I think we'd just have to stick to it like this. You're technically a mixed line, so we'll do it accordingly. Halt whistle, I'm just going to do it for safety as 5. Oh, 3, never mind. Halt whistle 3. Alrighty. We'll sort the vehicles out for that in a second. Because the next thing we need to do is the hopper train. Which, now we're picking up waste from all of these, is actually feasible to do. Question is, there is no hopper train here, right? It's just flat. Yeah. So we will have to go all the way around to Stowmarket, which means Stowmarket also needs to be converted to our new system. There is a hopper train here, but you don't carry waste. So over here, let me just pause for a second so I don't jeopardize anything. Hopper, toasted a halt whistle, and yeah, look, there's waste waiting. So that is going to be the way we do it. Also, Warwick and Southport could possibly, although Southport is right smack bang in the middle anyway. Yeah. Southport is really struggling for growth. You are getting stuff delivered, just not very quickly. What about Warwick? You're not quite in the middle of town. You're somewhat near. Yeah, you're miles off. Where are the industrial buildings? They're over here. I'm just going to ignore that for now. So yeah, we need a train that comes down here, picks up coal, picks up iron ore. That then goes up the main line here, skips Stafford, skips Cockerhead. Actually, does it skip Cockerhead and Stafford? We could, in theory, unload here and bring some of it over this way. But ultimately, we are skipping this stop because there's no steel mills nearby. We're skipping Scarborough for the same reason. And then we're terminating down at Stowmarket. But for this one, I'm actually tempted to not go into this. But I feel like I'm going to have to. And then from here, on the way back, you're going to be picking up waste at all of these stations. So basically, you're pretty much running empty all the way back. But we'll see. New line. Start here. I'm going to do this as I go along, because otherwise I'm going to forget. So the first thing I'm going to do is colour it and name it. You are mixed hopper halt whistle to Stowmarket. Over here at halt whistle, let's have, I don't know, track 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 5 and 6. And you are loading these to 50%. And you are unloading waste. You then come all the way up to here, Stafford Goods Yard, where take whichever platform you like. And here you are unloading coal and iron ore. You then reverse into the head shunt, where you are going into track 3, and you are loading and unloading nothing. You then skip Cockerhead entirely. You skip Scarborough entirely. I think, is there a signal or so? Is there a track here that you can use? I feel like there is, but maybe there isn't. No, I think it's this centre road here. To be honest, I'll just let you decide for yourself where you go. That's probably the better way of doing it, right? I think it's also I haven't signalled these platforms properly, so that's part of the problem as well. But yeah, from there you come all the way down to here. Stone Market, head shunt, you cannot see. Track 3. With 2 as the backup. Do nothing here. Go into here. Where, again, take whichever platform you want. And then you are unloading these. And you are loading waste. You then come back into the head shunt. Like so. Then it's over to Scarborough, where here it's going to be 1, 3, and 5, and you are loading waste. There is also a temptation. I thought I saw a coal mine around here somewhere. Maybe not. We could get this silver ore trucked over to here and no longer loaded onto a train here. It's not the worst idea I've ever had. I've had better ones, obviously, as I'm sure you're all nodding in approval right now. Let's do 1, 2, 3. For now, I think we'll just stick to the waste. Whoops. And then over here. Now this is going to be, what, track 1? Yep. With 2. Nothing, nothing. And then finally, here, where you are going into whatever platform you like. And you are loading up with waste. Okay. Do I bring silver? Oh, there's the coal mine. Nah. First thing we need to do, though, is get coal and iron ore from here over to here, which is actually pretty simple to do. First thing I'm going to do is build a separate truck stop, which we're going to do there. And then here, might be a bit mischievous here, and do this. Well, I was going to do this anyway, sorry. I might be a bit mischievous here and say, load, obviously 50%. Like so. And then here, unload steel. Now there's a chance that right now, where is it there? The flat wagon doesn't actually pick up steel over here, which is fine. What do you use? Stafford 3? No, we don't actually have a Stafford one. Okay. Mixed Stafford 1. Because there will be more, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't think the flat train picks up steel. Does it even stop here on the way back? Yes, it does. So you are... There's Stafford on the way back down. Do we pick up steel? I think we do. Do we pick up steel in the other direction then? I guess we do. Why would we not at this point, hey? So you pick up steel. Yeah, you pick up steel there. Okay. And construction materials are accepted here, so there will be capacity on the train. As long as we don't fill this up completely, he says, realising that the station is very much completely full. Let's just not think of that as an obstacle right now. Let's think of that as an opportunity. Let's also think of it as an opportunity to get some trucks out on these lines. Where is my traction engine? So let's actually grab all of these. Actually, no, that's dumb. Let's first of all grab the traction engine, and we'll put that out on the mixed Stafford line. Then let's come all the way over here, grab the rest of these, and stick them on mixed Halt Whistle 3, which I believe is that line. So they're going to take a while to get going over to here, but they are now all over here. 14-second frequency. That's pretty damn good if I do say so myself. We'll upgrade them all. 18 million. My God. Okay, yes, some of these. Let's do this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You are all going on Stafford. That one. So that's now 13. This one is 45. Okay, and then the final thing that's missing is the train for this new line here, which we're going to grab from here. We'll do the Stafford stuff next episode, because I'm going to be recording that one straight after this one. For this, let's go with a Dean. And then we're going to need... First of all, we're going to need to flip you round for what I want to do here. Then we want to grab coal. And I want to make sure... Yeah, coal, iron ore, waste. I mean, this is fine as well. What's the running cost compared to this? Like double, isn't it? Which is less than ideal. I think this. Although you're cheaper. And, I mean, you carry one less, but you're cheaper. And you do carry everything we want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Actually, sorry, before I do all of this, I forgot something very, very important. I'm only going to use one of these now going forward on all my trains, because I was reminded that, yeah, they do only need one. But yeah, brake van, which we're also going to flip round. The reason I'm doing this, by the way, is so that when I tell it to run round the train in a second, it'll be front facing going up the hill. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 is probably a good number. And we're going to get 3 of these. No, we're going to get 2 of these. It's another 16 million. Expensive, man. Mixed hopper. Halt Whistle to Stowe Market. Off you go. And then we're going to grab that line, which is here. And we're going to say run round train. And that's because it's going to be reversing in here. And then when it runs round, it'll be facing forward. All right. Let's call that an episode, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. I think I got back into the swing of things fairly quickly, but we'll see. We'll check this is working as well. Oh, yeah. Straight away. You are working. Lovely. What's interesting now would be to see if there's any waste waiting. Or at least waste being transported. Because if this train is running empty on the way back, that's going to be very problematic. So I might look to see, maybe here, we'll also pick up some coal and iron ore. Just to bring some back in this, where are we? In this direction, to drop off here. Maybe. Suppliers, Halt Whistle. So yeah, Warwick Iron Ore Mine, Halt Whistle Coal Mine 2. So are you're only being supplied from those now? Huh. Well, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be very interesting. Because what happens to these vehicles then? I mean, when this gets upgraded, that'll kick in again, I'm sure. Although you have the ability to provide 600. Both of them do. Okay. So yeah, let's wrap this up. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series so far, drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes. I'm recording ahead of time right now, a month ahead of schedule, but I will read them all and the good ones will get used. I promise you of that. So yeah, drop them all down below. Very much appreciated. And give some feedback on the series as well, what you think of it and all that good stuff. Besides all that, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you for your continued support. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm bleeding money out my eyeballs right now, so I'm going to try and get this more stable, which will be subject for next time, I suppose. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening, and until next time, I will see you soon.